interested in the concept of humanity as the first culture. I'm interested in my place as an African, as a Nigerian, and as someone of black descent. And I'm excited every time that I have the opportunity to represent myself in all of these capacities. Notion of obedience.
Dance is the foundation of everything that I am.
I am a dancer, a choreographer, a community organizer and strategist. I am the co-founder and artistic director for Duniatè Culture Limited and founder of the Art Resource Center Kaduna. For inspiration of dance, from the beginning, dance became an alternative space to deal with a lot of things I was dealing with as a young child, as a young boy, from my community, from my family, who had just lost his dad and his brother.
The passion in which I saw, and I knew I was going to learn a lot. I knew I was going to have meaning.
It became part of me. So right now in my life, dance is the foundation of everything that I am.
So with the kind of work that I've seen that dance did for me over the years, the amount of therapy made me realize that I'm not coming into all of this opportunity for myself or all of these privileges, all of these resources for myself. I wanted to be a conduit, and I found myself finding new ways of representing the ideas that I believe in. And one of them is to start an art organization that exactly provides platform. And recently, in a month or so back, we had an international festival. That's our second international event in Kaduna. We had a professor from Israel. We had amazing dancers from Germany and from the US, around the country and around Africa, all coming to Kaduna. And I want to provide the same intervention that I get to a lot of also young people around my space, to be able to benefit and see alternative spaces of expressing themselves instead of turning to social vices. We're using a unique philosophy of movement that I've started working on, I think from 2017, called
Notion obedience.
Notion obedience, that is the main technique we're working on.
It's an obedience to your body, how the notion your body flows with you.
How your body moves, how you listen to when your arm is ready to move, and to make sure that arm really moves.
whether you're conversant with
Afro dance, hip hop, and also
crump, with Nigerian style from around Africa. What we do, you can call it contemporary though. Or some people call it African contemporary, however that it fits your own description of movement. But for us, it's an exploration of what is within and producing that outside. And that idea is what we're calling the notion of obedience. What we are trying to do from our own perspective is to encourage people to listen to themselves. We're trying to encourage people to see beyond their physicality and to explore the things that are not very obvious. We recently just did a piece that will be touring in September and November. In September in Lyon, at Biennale de la Danse Lyon, and the African Biennale in Maputo, Mozambique. And the piece we're doing is a reflection of what is happening currently in the country, in southern Kaduna, more precisely as the origin of our story, and then around the northern Nigeria with banditry, terrorism, insurgency, ethnic cleansing, and all of those. You can call that as one of the impact of the works that we're doing, because now we're providing voice for victims of all of these attacks that may or may not have access to the international media or the international community to be able to paint their story in the originality of the form that is happening. So we consider ourselves as a group of researchers who are not just moving because of the excitement of movement, but moving because movement has now become a vehicle to convey memory. And with our piece going out again, that's more interest for the country. If you ask any creative from any sector, they could almost tell you the same thing, that funding has always been one of the biggest issues. From 2017, pretty much, 2016, 2017. And I've always done that with my money. This is the first time this year, 2023, that I'm getting one funding. That's almost 10% of the entire budget. Because what the predominant picture of dance in the state is very trivial and casual. There's not a lot of positivity attached to it. There's not a lot of civil importance to it. Over time, we kept money for ourselves, and then we got space, we got residence, we were renting the apartment, and then within the year, we look for how to raise the rent to pay for another year. So I feel like that's one way that we've been able to deal and cope with this. And we're still hoping that like more stakeholders who are willing to put money, who are willing to put time, and all of the resources available to them to develop the industry more. For me, I'm a stickler for truth. So I'm not very interested in skill, because anybody can be trained to become skillful. But I'm interested in truth, in passion, in real spirit.
My experience. Okay, I've been with this organization for like a year. Yeah, I think so. So my experience has been dope.
We're all different people with different mindsets, different spirits. We all just came together to work on one thing.
So there is this love that has been standing out ever since.
So when I hold a workshop, an audition, I'm looking for people who have team spirit. I mean, usually for a competition, we're just rehearsing endlessly. Same thing for a performance anyways. But we never start a work without research. So we give a lot of time to research, and from research, we begin to imagine.
Everything you've created become one with you. People, they get to feel something, they get to see something, they understand that, okay, this thing you're showing us has been a journey for you.
So I put a lot of attention in choreography, because as much as solos are the soul of the piece, choreographies are like the structure. What the piece is saying, what the piece is asking you to say at that particular time. I mean, I don't think there's overcoming in any behind the scene, because I think these are the most precious moments for me, the process, more than the finished work. We've just finished a long 2 weeks of residency, and we've been able to do the right work. In between all of that, we've had ants bite us on the mat. We've had people hurt their knee, their shoulder. We've had people cry for hunger. The sun is killing us.
I'm waking up today again to rehearse, and you know, we just finished like 2 weeks residency. It hasn't been easy, because we need to wake up every day on time, be on that mat until it's time to leave the mat.
You could say those are challenges, but then it's still part of the process. Whether you're in an AC-kitted studio, you know, there's still one thing that would always happen. There's still one ups and downs that is always going to happen. How we deal with it is to know that there is a common goal here. We want to produce a dope work, and to produce a dope work, it's going to come with the ups and downs. You get the highs and the lows. And then everybody is in that perspective that, like, I should be open and vulnerable. Nothing is perfect, nothing is stationed, nothing is permanent. Anything can change at a particular time.
Hi, my name is Brenda Dona.
Joshua Akuba Gabriel.
Collins Sunday.
Adams Bature.
And I'm a dancer.
And I'm a dancer.
I'm a dancer.
I'm a dancer. Peace.